Hey guys, welcome back to Ralph's house where we paint from the heart, and we have a ball doing it. I tell you what, we're going to try to work this, and somebody's asked me, what kind of brush are you using? These are just simple flat brushes, very inexpensive. We're painting acrylics, and that's the whole idea. We're just painting, we're having fun. We're painting things that we see, places that we go. In fact, today we're going to work on a meal that we go and picnic at, and big old water wheel, just a beautiful place that happens to be close to where we live. You've also heard me say before, don't waste paint. Don't waste paint. I got some paint I almost never use. It's violet, purple. I usually make my own. But I got a big old tube of it, so I'm going to use this to draw and cover my canvas with. And who knows, we might get to liking it and start using more of it. But right now, we're just kind of going to draw out our picture, what we want this to be. But again, I've got a big flat brush because I'm going to cover a lot of canvas, and I want to tone this. Right now, it's just raw canvas. We're going to have to cover this whole canvas, and then we'll start painting. But let's draw this thing out first. Kind of get an idea of what we want. So I just kind of load my brush up and get some of that in there. This little old mill, little place down in Georgia, on a college down there. And just a beautiful little old mill that they built down there. And let's see. See if we can just kind of draw on what the looks, kind of what we want it to be. And the placement where we want it. Has a door over here on this side. Henry Ford, this is an old water wheel that Henry Ford, the guy that made all the cars, donated this hub of this wheel to this school to build this little water the mill down here. So that's pretty neat. But what's so unique about this wheel is its size. This is the tallest overshot wheel in the United States. And an overshot wheel is where the water comes over the top and turns the wheel. They have an overshot, and the breast shot hits in the middle, and then the undershot, the water goes under. So this is a very unique place down here. And just the character of it and the design. It's got a little archway right out here going out here. This is actually a support that helps support the uprights on it. So we're just trying to get things in place where we might want this to be. There's going to be a wall coming around here, and there's going to be a pond coming on out into here somewhere. The engineering involved in this was very unique. So we got the upright coming up here. Again, we're going to have this wheel, and it's a massive wheel. Let's see if we can figure this out here. How do we get this all in the right dimension? We'll have to do some measuring here. That's something I'm not real good at. We're going to do this. That's going to come to here, come out to here, which will put us about right here. Yeah, let's make sure it's right. Come out to here. Because the wheels are going to be the same. It's a very tall wheel, but the beauty of it is in the shape. It's a very thin wheel. It's not, most water wheels are wide to carry a big bucket of water now. This is a very thin wheel because of this, because of the height. Because of the height of the wheel. The buckets aren't real wide. So we'll cut that in there like that. Let's see what we got here. And this is on the back. This will be stone tower coming here. This is where the water comes to turn the wheel. There'll be a chute up here at the top, and the way they did this was they carried, and we'll have to design all this in here. Actually, the way they did this to support all that. And you have your spokes of your wheel. This one actually had 2 spokes between, so that one is a 16-spoke wheel. So we're just trying to lay this out a little bit. It's going to take some work. It's got a bank right behind it. This is called Lavender Hill. It's going to have trees going all over into here, and some mountains back here in the background. We'll cut them in there, and we'll be back in here. We'll have trees that are growing all up through here and going out through there. And this is a real steep bank that drops off into this pond, which curves back around here like this. So we're just trying to draw this out a little bit, where this would go. Kind of what all's going to be around this wheel. So the water's going to come out, get into the lake right here and come around. And cast the reflections in here. And then we'll have trees coming up out here. Some bigger trees that kind of grow in front. And it's going to be a lot of shrubs and brush down in here. And a very steep bank. So there's a lot of little trees were up on it, and that bank winds up through there. More trees out in here in the background. Kind of stuck back in here. A little stream flows in down here, and people always wonder, well, if that stream's down here, how do you get the water up here? And that's another part of this unique story. They made this wheel big enough that with every turn, it would pump up enough water to make the next rotation. So it's a continuous motion machine. Once you prime the wheel, it just turns and turns and turns itself. Pretty good engineering involved. This was built in 1930. And this mill was built before World War II. You know, back when Henry Ford was starting his car business, and back in the early days of all that. So we're gonna have that. And this is a wall right through here. Retaining wall, because it's going to be all water out here. I want that wall to kind of come in here, because it's got a very unique overflow. There's an arch right here, laid out of stone, and it's like stair steps. The water goes down, goes down, goes down into this. And we're going to catch some of that, because of just the leaves, the colors that are down in there are very unique, and so that water is going to come and flow down into there and drop down into and go under. This is a road that's coming in here. It's pulling in. And we might catch more trees, or we will catch more before we're done. All back in through here. We've got trees laying every angle. Got the brush and the pine trees where they're at up here at the top and overhead. Some shrubbery down here at the bottom. And so we're just trying to figure out where we want this to lay out. Again, the shadow's going to be down under here, and by the pond, and the darkness right up under there. Figure out where our sunlight's going to be coming from, which is going to be on this. We'd like to have kind of a backlit, because we want that light to come through those spokes on that wheel, and we want that reflection, because what we have there, we want to cast out onto here too. We want to have part of the roof, and you know, this is the fun part about painting. So we've drawn all this, and we're just trying to figure out where we want everything to go. I tell you what, we're going to see how this paint's going to develop, but this is going to be a lot of fun, because we go and picnic, we eat lunch here, y'all come.